you about somebody who is looking at you and feeling like you're not doing enough. There's expectations that they have, and when they look at you, it's with a little bit of disappointment or frustration because they feel like you're just not doing what it takes. So this could be a reading about a boss or even a spouse, perhaps even like a sibling or a parent, but you're being judged by someone, they're angry at you, and I do think that they're going to try to find a time to speak to you. I don't know that I get a lot of respectful energy, or it feels like they're being unfair to you in terms of how they're judging you. Maybe they just want to start a fight. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. Happy Friday. If you're interested in a personal reading, I've got my email address in the description box for you. It is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. And right below that in the description box, you can also find out how to become a member if you are looking for additional content. Otherwise, let's dive in. I think we need to know what this person is mad about. So we're going to go with the What's the News Oracle deck. What else do we have? Also, a quick reminder that I will be giving away 2 free personal readings once the channel hits 20,000 subscribers. So thank you to those of you that like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. What else do we have? So we've got a concern over time. This person's mad at you because they feel like you're taking too much time to get something to happen. Some of you may be waiting for the stars to align. Maybe you want to make it as a musician. Maybe you are trying to run your own business, but you're looking at it as when I have the time to do things, then things will work out for me. And they want to tell you that they're basically sick of waiting, or they feel like you're trying to do something to avoid making a living or pursuing a different kind of job. Hello, Jess. How are you doing? Hello, Ronaldo. I hope you're having a good day. The thing is, I do believe this person is underestimating what you have to offer, or not willing to admit that you are actually contributing in a substantial way. So this could be a boss or a partner that undermines the work you've already done or diminishes the value that you've added, maybe even makes you question whether or not you are, filling out whatever that job description requirement list was, right? Hello, Travis. How are you doing? It's going well. Hello, Harsh. This is a reading for somebody who is dealing with a person who's quite upset or frustrated with them over a lack of work, or maybe even missing a deadline. Sorry, it sounds like we've got a lawn mowing situation next door. I apologize for the loud noise. Hello, Parag. How are you doing? So we have the Tower and the reverse. Why does this person feel like this is such an emergency? I feel like this is a deadline that was set for no logical reason. It's like, I'll give you 30 minutes, and if you haven't done it, then you're obviously a failure. They want to have a reason to yell at you, or they're setting you an unrealistic deadline. What was I watching recently? There was somebody who was telling people to do things and you have to be done within, 6 hours. Well, isn't that impossible? But somebody achieves it. What was I watching? Anyways, this is like, I purposefully asked you to do something in a span of time that I knew was not realistic, because I wanted to be able to make you feel like you didn't do the right thing, right? You didn't do enough work, or you didn't try hard enough. Hello, little girl. Please don't repeat the same message over and over again. I do appreciate the enthusiasm, though. We've got 10 of Cups in the reverse, indicating someone who feels like you don't belong. You're not supposed to be on the team, or I expected to be in a relationship with somebody who would make more money. So it's like, go, go, go. Why aren't you running faster? Why aren't you making more money? Hello, Janice. How are you doing? Death in the reverse. And the Lovers. See, they assigned you an impossible task, or they made it an unreasonable time frame because they wanted to make it seem like you had the ability to make this better, or that you could prove to them that you were working. But really, they wanted to set you up to fail because then they could talk to other people about how you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Not even just that they want to make you feel bad about yourself, or that they want to, you know, yell at you. It's that they want to be able to demonstrate to others that they gave you a chance when in reality they didn't. Their expectation was unreasonable, right? Hello, Grant. How are you doing? Hello, Kay. Hello, James. What's up? This is the Black Tarot, by the way. I'm sorry, that's pretty loud. We've got the Five of Spears or Five of Pentacles with the Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, leaving you without the resources that you need. It's like asking you to run the errands and pick up everything needed, but then they hide the car keys for you. They don't want you to actually have a hope of figuring it out. Hey Sean, how are you doing? Sending protective energy to those dealing with that. Hello Tiana, how you doing? Hello St. Mercy. Janice, I will take personal questions at the end of the general reading if we reach $15 in tips, and I give priority to those that tip, but also helps if you are able to like and subscribe. We've got the Hermit and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So the truth is going to be discovered. So even though they think they're real crafty at setting this little trap for you, hey, you got to do this and you've got to do it fast. Oh, looks like you failed. I guess now I can feel better about firing you, or talking about you really negatively with my friends or my family. This is all about being able to justify being mean or literally like firing you. They can't keep this secret though. 2 sevens in a row, by the way. So this could be happening within the next week. But this is somebody who's gonna like pull this little trick with you and then get exposed for doing so. So if their whole goal is to be able to justify firing you or justify bad-mouthing you, they're gonna end up looking pretty silly when what they did is talked about. Oh, well, that doesn't sound like that's possible. Did you allow that person to work with an engineer? Or like, did you enable them to actually accomplish this? No, then, okay, why would you set a trap for someone like that? Hello, Ithraka? Did I say that right? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Subahit. Subadit? I'm trying to say it right, but I probably messed that up. Hello, Nawaji. These are some of the earlier cards that I got. The Black Tarot, I think, is really beautiful in terms of how it depicts things. But we've got Justice. This is saying whoever's trying to trap you and make you look like you don't know what you're doing, they're not going to be able to keep all the information hidden that hides what they've actually done to make you look bad. So it's not going to go the way they want it to. Hello, Simran. Hello, Drew. Hello, Moose Meat. How are you doing? Good morning, Melissa. We've got the Nine of Spears or the Nine of Pentacles with the Seven of Spears, which would be the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So yet another seven. And this is talking about a little bit of frustration. Maybe you make this person feel threatened. Maybe they feel like you might leave them. Maybe they feel like you really do make them look bad. Maybe that's just a front because what I see is that you hold things together. Here's this little dude right here. Not implying that you have to be a dude, but this is somebody holding together the like base of the tree to make sure it doesn't fall over. So if you were to actually leave, this person may not know how to handle day-to-day life or running the part of the business that they work in. So what do they plan on doing if they actually are successful at pushing you away? Are they just trying to make themselves feel like they've accomplished more by diminishing what you do? Because I feel like they wouldn't be able to handle things on their own. As quick as they are to criticize you, they literally need you. That's like saying you don't like the chair you're sitting on, so I'm just gonna take a saw to one of the legs. You're literally sitting in it. Like, hello. So they don't seem to be planning ahead. They just seem to be looking for some sort of drama or chaos that they can use to point to your failure or say, see, just like I told you, that person, they don't know what they're doing. Temperance in the reverse is about instability. Five of Wands is about an argument. And the Moon in the reverse is about negative intentions. I can't just tell you I don't like you, so I'm going to put you in some sort of a weird situation where you're destined to fail, and then I can point and laugh at you. Like, that's it. That's their plan. I don't know if they just like watched some lame movie from the 90s and figured like that's what I'm going to do in my life, but I really don't feel like they thought ahead. Hello, Scorpio Angel. Hello, Famous Seamus. Hello, Carrie. How you doing? Hello, Shraddha. So I feel like they're about to make a fool of themselves, and it's like the universe is giving them options. How would you like to look foolish? You choose. Because they're not anticipating the consequences. Five of Quills. Five of Quills is about sabotage. That's the Five of Swords. The individual who purloined it is known. This is beyond a doubt. He was seen to take it. It is known also that it still remains in his possession. So if you've ever had somebody do something they know breaks the rules, and then they want to make it look like you were the one who actually broke the rules, that's what this person's doing. Because this is, I did it, I took it, but I'm pretending that it wasn't me. I want to make somebody else look guilty. Hello there, Grindhard. Let me write down your questions. Thank you for the tip. Let's see. Oh, you got a haircut? That's awesome. How did it go? The neighbor next door is also getting a haircut. Can you hear it? And then did the family friends ask about me? And what else? Does she still want to be with me? All right, I got those written down for you. All right. So, oops. Let's see what else we've got from, this is the Pro Tarot, if I didn't tell you that initially. Thank you, Miss Meat. Your name cracks me up. Hello, Irfan. How are you doing? Hello, Ishak. Or, am I saying that right? It's literally right there. A little obnoxious, but y'all will forgive me, right? Hello, Melissa. I sure hope so not. I sure hope not. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, closure would be important. It does probably smell great out there. Yeah, I will take personal questions at the end if we get to the $15 tip mark. Already at 10. Oh, honey, if you're gonna make that joke, you gotta at least spell Geico, right? It's all about the delivery, all about the presentation. Hello, Bessie May, how are you doing? Hello, Louise. So we've got the Sun. They who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who only dream by night. Should I just put on some music and dance for a minute while they finish? I'm just kidding. So this is talking about someone who is jealous of the way that you think, jealous of the way that you work, jealous of the way that you draw opportunities to you. You came out as the Queen of Wands before. This is clarifying the Hermit, which means you're highly perceptive and you also have a je ne sais quoi, or something that makes you quite special. I think this is somebody who is jealous of the fact that you still have hopes, dreams, aspirations, a positive mindset, the ability to chase your dreams. They lost that. So it's like they want to make you lose it? How kind of them. You make sure if there's a pizza party at work that they get the smallest piece, okay? Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Did I say hello to Redbeard? I hope so. Hello. Is it Haiti? Oh, the monkey's here. Je ne sais quoi? Are you asking? Because you're spelling it. I think that's right. I don't know if the say is. But you know, that undefinable quality that makes somebody unforgettable, right? Whoever I'm reading for, you got that, and somebody's upset about it. We've got the King of Candles, which is the King of Wands. This is your energy. The road to immortal renown lies straight, open, and unencumbered before him. Does not mean that you have to be a man, but what it does mean is you have a lot of opportunity, you have a lot of skills, and this person who is in your proximity, they are jealous. They feel like you've got all of this opportunity, you've got all of this, maybe even attention, and they don't like it. So I'm going to show everyone that you aren't as great as they think you are. What a pleasant person. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Wasabulo. Oh, you speak French. Okay, cool. I don't. I know like 3 lines. I could say, je m'appelle Carmen. Comment t'appelles-tu? Is that right? I think that's about it. And then, of course, that song that says, you know, like, will you sleep with me tonight? That's kind of cheesy, right? Lady Marmalade. Fate of the Fallen, I feel that. It's just sometimes you gotta, you know, not let it get the best of you. So we've got words: writing, journal, intention, affirmations, book, and letter. This is the evidence. So maybe we've got a conversation, maybe we've got an email, maybe we've got like records of some sort that point to what really happened or what somebody wanted to make you kind of look bad doing. But they created boundaries for this. It's like they designed a test specifically for you to fail, and the others who, you know, would maybe be in the same realm as them or in the same team, they're like, really? Okay. So what was the purpose of that? You just wanted to make someone feel bad? That's interesting. Hello, Miss Native. How are you doing? Welcome. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you, Cameron. Hello, Rebecca. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I'm sending you healing energy, Cameron. You got this. So we've got vessel. Body, nourishment, wholesome, nutrition, and health. It's really important for you to focus on this, and I do feel like you're doing better, or it has been a focus for you. It could even be a source of this person's jealousy. Say we've got an older individual in a more physical industry like dance, choreography, that kind of thing. If they see you as an up-and-comer and it doesn't matter how much experience they have because their knees are starting to hurt or maybe they had an injury from a couple shows ago, there's this envy of, I see that you're able to do things that I should be able to, but I can't. So it's frustrating because I don't feel like they dislike you for any other reason other than you have something that they cannot have anymore. Hello, Lucas. How are you doing? Hey, Johnny. We've got metamorphosis, transformation, change, renewal, revolution, and rebirth. Change. It's like a 4-letter word for some people because it terrifies a lot of the population if there's going to be change. If I can't be in control, or if I can't have a routine, or if it doesn't go the way that I want, if things start to change, then I freak out. But this change is benefiting you. That's why this Queen of Swords is freaking out, because they don't have that, right? Hello, Isha. You're asking why I'm ignoring your question. It's because this isn't just like freebie for everybody who wants to ask a question. I do offer personal readings if it's imperative that you have some insight. You are also welcome to tip. If we get to the $15 threshold, then I will take personal questions. But it is still my prerogative to answer what questions I want, because the main reason we're here is for the general reading. So be a little more grateful. I like people who say thank you and please. You know? Hello, Margarita. Welcome. How are you doing? Hello, Rebecca. To you as well. Catherine, the truth has a way of coming out, don't you think? See? High Priestess. We're talking about the truth coming out. I do feel like this person has tried to hide something in a workplace environment, or it could be within a social group. I feel like for many of you, this is to do with your purpose, your calling in life. They are jealous of your position or how people view you, and they feel like there's no way that they can get back what they've lost to you, or that things are moving fast for you and slowing down for them. And they have no control over it, right? Hello, Vanessa. How are you doing? Hey, Zhao. Yeah, if it gets us to the $15, I will put you right next to Grindhard, who has a few questions. Hello, Carla. You've got a question about whether or not spells really work, and I do think spells work, but I think the best way to look at it is to think about how many movies or shows kind of taught us that you have to be very careful what you wish for, right? You may expect things to go a certain way, and they don't. I often reference the Twilight Zone's episode, The Chaser, which is about a love potion. The person, it doesn't go the way they thought it would, right? When you're trying to mess with other people's free will, I think that's when you really get into difficult territory. I think if you're doing like a protective spell, or if you're manifesting positive things into your life and it's paired with the appropriate actions, what do I need to do to work on my shadow, or what do I need to do to remove obstacles, then those kind of spells make sense, right? It's a prayer, really. I just really don't have an appreciation for, or I feel like it's bad karma to try to use spell work to change how somebody else is going to act, think, or feel. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Vanessa. Sending you a hug. Hello, Varsha. If you repeat your same comment one more time, I'm gonna put you in a timeout. Nobody likes it when you say the same thing over and over again. Come on. Just a little baby timeout for you. You're welcome, Carla. Hello, Kashti. How you doing? Hello, Karen. So we've got the death card in the reverse. They're trying to take you out. They're trying to make you look bad. Like, oh, this person isn't ready for this kind of responsibility. They're not ready to step into my shoes, or they don't have what I have, right? Ooh, you might want to check the live streams that I did yesterday, Vanessa, because I just read on that type of energy. I don't remember what the name of the reading is, but you should know within that first like 30 seconds, I give like a little summary, but it's about somebody who is just different, right? And I referenced the movie Powder in it. But all right, we've got the devil in the reverse. They wanted to like start a fight with you and make you look bad, and what they end up doing is making you look better. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sometimes that's what happens when you try to control the destiny of others, right? The energy that you send to them ends up blowing up in your face or ends up causing you the consequences you were trying to send to somebody else, right? I like that, Miss Native. When you got intuition, it's a lot harder for people to mess with you, right? Carla, I think I might have to do a video to answer that one. Hello, Ruby. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel a different way about that. I'm gonna put you on a little baby timeout because I would like to encourage you to be a part of experiences with people who might feel a little bit differently than you do. I feel like it's important to understand people with different beliefs because there's always an opportunity for you to learn something from someone, even if it's, you know, a 6-year-old kid. You gotta be open, right? Hello, Miriam. How are you doing? Ooh, look at that. You got some impressive energy, whoever you are. So we had the High Priestess come out, right? The first card out, and therefore the clarifier is the Magician. You are magical. Period. End of story. You came out as Queen of Wands first. Then you came out as the High Priestess, and now you're the Magician. I see why people don't want to mess with you. I see why people don't want to compete with you because you crush them. Not in a mean, violent way, because there's loving energy here too. It's like, dang it, why does this person who is more talented than me also have to be so darn likable? They cannot like take you out. So you're about to go through a really important part of your life where people are recognizing you for the skills and the talents that you have. And they can't do anything about it. This Queen of Swords who's jealous of you, they can't do anything about it because their magic doesn't compare to yours. Their allure or how they connect to others, the rapport they can build with others, it doesn't compete with what you have to offer. Hello, Linda. How are you doing? Hello, Catsy. Hello, Palpitus. Hello, Star. My email address is in the description box for paid readings. Otherwise, if we hit $15 in tips, I will take personal questions at the end of this reading. Hello, Mary. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Hello, Nick. Hello, Lost. All right, so 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, 5 of Pentacles. Somebody is about to get booted from the group. We could have someone who's fired. We could have somebody who's no longer, you know, Regina in the Mean Girls crew. There's something here about you taking over. And I don't feel like you're being malicious about it. I feel like it's like what's supposed to happen. I feel like you are the next talent that's supposed to have that fame. And it is really frustrating for the person who has to step down or accept that maybe their time in the limelight is over. They're fighting it. They don't want their time to be over. They don't want to hand over the crown or pass the baton. It's my baton. Hold on, I have a prop for this. It's my baton. You can't have it. I'm the most special. You're not special. That's how they feel. Hello, Salvador. Hello, Resi. How we doing? Hello, Toto. Empress in the reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse. Page of Cups. It's your youth that really threatens this person. It's your ability to be unforgettable. There could be a sense of you setting a trend or changing or even bringing back to life an industry that had been kind of suffering, or maybe even like, I don't know, a nightclub, whatever it is, you bring life to that place. You bring freshness or some sort of magnetic energy that draws people in, and it is making it all the more obvious that the person who's retiring or the person who's jealous of you, they don't have that anymore. They don't have that new, fresh ability to draw people in, and they don't want to admit that you're actually doing a better job because they feel like their experience or how long they've been able to capture people is worth noting. But you're the one with the new butterfly wings. You're the one with the new, I don't know, crown on your head. You've been chosen. You're Arthur and you pulled the sword from the stone. And there's nobody who can change it. It's been decided. You're supposed to be that next reigning individual. I don't know what this is. You're getting a promotion, or you're getting some amazing opportunity here in a creative pursuit, but it makes somebody real jealous. They don't like it. They're having to give up what they want. Oh, Icy, I asked you not to ask me these questions anymore. I don't want to deal with demon stuff. I'm sorry, sweetheart. There's got to be something else that we can focus on. I appreciate the tip. I would love to do something that is not dealing with that, respectfully. Hello, Ezekiel. How are you doing? Hello, Javanese. I'm writing down your name because I do want to make sure that there's something that you get out of this, but I think I've made it kind of clear I don't want to be dealing with that. Hello, BA. How are you doing? I will say this, though. My prayers are for peace. My deepest hope is for there to be no more death over there. But, yeah. Let's see. What do we have? I think we need my current favorite, the Earth Bones Tarot. Do you? Hello, Eli. How are you doing? Hello, beloved Virgo. Hello, Oracle. What's up? Yeah. I don't know if that's a dig at me, James. I think it's just about knowing when it makes sense to do those things. I don't think this is the right place for that. Page of Jars or Page of Cups in the reverse. 3 of Jars or 3 of Cups. And the Queen of Wicks. I told you, you've got magic. And it makes people want to gather. It makes people want to watch you. It makes people curious on how you figured it out. What I'm thinking of is if you've ever seen one of those episodes with Tyler Henry and how people show their gratitude at the end of the episode in most situations, right? In terms of, that's a beautiful gift that you have. Thank you so much. You've been able to help me let go of something that was a burden or, resentment that I had been holding on to. I feel like there's something you do to help people work through difficult things. And I feel like it's creative. It helps other people see the magic in their own life, right? Hello, Goddess Great. Hello, Steven. How's it going? Thank you, Ms. Native. I think we can be respectful in how we navigate these things, right? I will say, though, every once in a while I get a little sassy. I will say. I'm the only female in my family, like brothers, cousins, all male, and I was the youngest. So, you know, I had to learn how to fight back a little bit. But yes, I have the cross up here, not just because it's a part of the pew from my grandparents' church, so it's got that sentimental value. I mean, I used to go there for potlucks when I was a kid, right? But I do believe in Jesus. I don't like to see people leverage that as a way to judge others. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing? It's true. Yeah, it's funny, Moose Me. I am mostly Pisces, or very heavy on the Pisces, right? But I do have a little bit of fire. We got the Chariot. This is your forward moving energy. People see you as a rising star. People see your ambition and see like your talent. It's hard to deny. So there are going to be people who want to mentor you. There are going to be people who want to be clout chasing. There are going to be people who want to tell you how to do things. And I feel very compelled to tell you that you've got to prioritize your intuition and how you see things playing out, with the ability to take constructive criticism or maybe fold in somebody's ideas now and then. But I feel like you're very clear on what path is meant for you. I'm sending you healing energy, beloved Virgo. I believe in you. 7 of Wicks, or the 7 of Wands, and the Magician in the reverse. See, this is about passing the torch. It is absolutely about somebody who is retiring, or somebody is like passing this baton to you. This is an established position or situation or distinction, and it belongs to you. Whether this Queen of Swords wants to admit it or not, their time is closing or coming to a close, and it is time for you to take over. Ooh, that's awesome. That's pretty potent energy. Hello, my worlds. Thank you. We've got the 7 of Petals, another 7. So we had the 7 of Wands, the Chariot, which is number 7, and 7 of Pentacles. So I do feel like there is something here about roughly a week from now, something pretty major happening. And it's going to feel like your magic is dialed up as far as it will go. For some of you, you're going to see some weird light phenomenon. It'll make sense when it happens. You'll think back to this. I hope you find some clarity today, Eli. Hello, work. How are you doing? Thank you, Lily. I sure hope so. That sounds like a good time for you. I've written down your question. We're almost to $15, and then I will take those personal questions. Hey, Brian, I'm going to remove your comment, put you in just a little baby timeout, because I feel like there's a way for, you know, beliefs and pursuits and spirituality and religion to coexist. You're welcome to be part of the live chat if you want to be a little bit more inclusive of that. But if you're here to judge people, I'm going to block you, okay? We've got the 10 of Crystals or the 10 of Swords with the Tower, which is basically like the warning I just gave, right? Here is the potential outcome if that's the way that you want to interact. Otherwise, you could potentially change your perspective. This person is having a little bit of a conniption. They're having a little bit of a temper tantrum because they don't want to admit that their time is up, that they're, you know, they've been told maybe by a doctor even it's time to retire or do something that is a little bit less difficult for the body, and they don't want to admit it. If they were able to just kind of give into that or understand and accept that there are chapters in life, sometimes it's about letting go and moving on to something different, that they would be able to find a new place, a new way to move forward, and I feel like they would be happy, but they are unwilling to let go of this chapter in their life. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Thank you for liking the video, and thank you for subscribing. It means a lot to me. Thank you. We've got the moon in the reverse. Again, this person doesn't know how to have good intentions. Are they like the most narcissist ever? I don't like to use that word and just throw it around, but this person clearly has an ego as big as Texas. So like, wow. Oh, thank you, Zhao. I'm gonna put your question down here. Oops. How is Raquel towards me right now? Awesome. So that gets us to the $15 threshold. So I will be doing questions. I've got questions from Grindhard, from Lily, and Zhao. And Icy Felix, if you would like to give me a non-demon related question, I am here for you. Thank you, Patsy. So for this general reading, we'll take a couple more cards and then I will start with these, okay? We've got the Ace of Wicks or Ace of Wands in the reverse, the 10 of Wicks or 10 of Wands in the reverse. There's that High Priestess again, and the 5 of Petals or 5 of Pentacles. So look, they wanted you to be excluded. They wanted you to look like you failed a basic test, or you can't lead the way they do. You can't capture the attention or dominate the arena the way they do. You prove them wrong because they made it more difficult than it needed to be, and then you find some way to demonstrate that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So it's not going to be difficult, but I believe in you. You can be respectful or civil, be able to stand on business, stand your ground, be able to defend your right to be where you are supposed to be. You don't have to be nasty. I do feel like this person's going to be nasty. I do feel like they're going to insult you or get a little immature, but it only makes them fall faster from the place that they are trying to retain or the place they don't want you to take from them, right? All right, let's dive into those personal questions. I'm sending you a big ol' hug, my world. There's positive energy coming to you. You just gotta believe in it. All right, so Grindhard, we gotta know, what was her reaction to the haircut picture? I hope it was like, ooh, ah. We've got the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. She was in a little bit of a mood yesterday, but I also feel like initially the response is kind of like, okay, whatever. Maybe even tossing the phone to the side. Maybe being a little bit like, unwilling to admit that something looks good, but then coming back to it, this Queen of Swords is actually a positive Queen of Swords. Like, oh, I'll be honest, I actually liked it. So I don't know if there was a delay in terms of getting any kind of response, or if you just don't know what she thought at all. But I feel like initially it was, I'm in a mood, I don't want to like it right now, but then coming back to it and being like, it actually looks kind of good. Let's see. Thank you, work. I'm going to write down your question real quick and then get back to the list. About recent relationship. Gotcha. Thank you for the tip. All right, let's see. Did her family and friends ask about grind hard yesterday on birthday? No. I feel like there was actually a lot of drama that happened yesterday. Was there an argument that happened? I feel like this is multiple people yelling at each other. There's blame that I'm picking up on. You missed this, or you forgot that, or you said this was what I was supposed to do. And it feels to me like it wasn't until later in the day that things started clearing up in her energy. There was a lot of like, you know? Hello, Cyberpunk. I like your name, but I'm not gonna wave at you. I will admit that I'm not always the best at following directions. I'm not always the best at taking commands because, you know, it's my channel. I do what I want. But hello. Hello, Asta. How are you doing? Hello, Donna. All right, Grandhard, your last question is, does she still want to be with me? Oh, the 9 of Cups. Yes, I do feel like there's a lot going on, and this is what causes her to be moody, okay? There's a lot of triggers going on. I do feel like there's a lot of angry people around her. There's a sense here that in the near future, you are seen as a nice respite or a break from some of the crazy energy that happens. There's just some indecisive energy because of everything else that's going on. So patience is absolutely a good idea right now, and offering her a peaceful, calm space to get away from this, what feels like family or work energy that is kind of exhausting for her. All right, this is the Cats Rule the Earth. We're going to move on to Icy Felix. I'm just going to pull some cards for you to see what happens, and I do feel like it will make sense to you, even if you don't have a question. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Ooh. It's always good to make sure you take that intuitive direction at that, right? Let them go or stay. Thank you for the tip. So I see we've got something here that is connected that you may not see. With the 9 of Pentacles, I'm getting dependency upon something getting fixed first. And I do feel like you're going to get some sort of communication or notification that tells you what this is. This is like, what I'm seeing is like a to-do list or like directions on how to build IKEA furniture. And this is saying one has to happen before the other. You have to make sure that a step is completed before you can move on to the next step. So once you have that, I do feel like things fall into place. And with the King of Pentacles, there's stability, either financial or just in general stability that is figured out or put in place. All right, moving on to Lily. Is there a secret lover for me? I love this question. Tell me for Lily, is there a secret lover? 8 of Wands in the reverse, no communication. Hermit. 8 of, wow, the number 8 is really important for you. It's actually 898, which is, to me, kind of fascinating. So here's what I feel. I feel like as of right now, there is no like secret crush that's happening, but there is somebody that has a tendency to be a lone wolf that you're going to meet, I feel, in September. So it's surrounded by the 8s, which are kind of problematic. And then 9 is the Hermit. This is the person that you're about to meet, or you're going to meet in a few weeks. This is somebody who is going to help you to see things in a different perspective. They come from a different background, or they've been through some things that gave them a different worldview. So that's going to be how you know this person. You might meet them at nighttime, or they might be the kind of person to initially be a little bit secretive or elusive. Thank you, work. I will add that question. Let's see. Does Sean have feelings for me? Thank you. Okay, so for Zhao, we want to know, how is Raquel's current feelings for me? Oops. Thank you, beloved Virgo. Let's see what detail we can get for that. Okay, what is the feelings towards Zhao from Raquel right now, please? Oh, the 10 of Cups. This is so adorable. I do feel like Raquel is going through an ego death or some sort of challenging situation. Things are being rearranged, but there is this enduring connection to you with the 10 of Cups. Maybe even a little bit of daydreaming about what would it be like if we could make this work, or if we could live together. So I do feel like this is still a deep love towards you, and daydreaming or envisioning what things could be like. It's just that right now she's having to leverage a lot of courage and strength to get through the challenges she's facing, and hoping that the light at the end of the tunnel would be something with you. I love that. All right, let's dive into the questions for work. We've got, what is the energy, or what do I get in terms of that recent relationship that you had? 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. 2 of Wands. 9 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Oops. Thank you, Grindheart. I'll write that down for you real quick. I want to see me. That sounds pretty accurate, but let's get some cards on it in a minute. So work, what I see is that there is someone in the way. I don't know, like what I'm picking up on, honestly, is like partners in crime, and this isn't you. It feels to me like whoever you were dating, they have a best friend, maybe they're even a twin, or they have somebody that it's a competition for you. Like, I want your time, or you can't talk to them about that, or whatever. There's this other person in the picture that shouldn't be as influential, right? So with the 9 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's, I want you, but is like now the wrong time? Or why does it seem like it's so much more effort to get where I want to be in this relationship? It's because there's like 3 people involved in the relationship. It's too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much, Miss Native. You seem like one of the chillest people ever. Sending you a big old hug. I appreciate that. So work has a second question, which is, does Sean have feelings for me? Let's see. Yes. There's something that makes Sean feel like maybe I can't really talk about these feelings. I feel like there's a lot going on, maybe because of work in particular, that pushes the conversation a little bit further in the future. But there is feelings here. There is an interest. The question is, if I'm honest with you, if I confess my feelings, what would you say? So I think they're trying to figure you out. Sean's trying to figure out if you've got any interest, right? Oh, I'm glad to hear that work. I send you a ton of luck. I do feel like there's some positive energy here with Sean. I'm just going to be nosy. I hope you forgive me. What would be the outcome if Sean and work were to get together? Would it be a good outcome? Oh, it's undecided right now. That was in the sideways position, which I don't usually go for. This depends on communication. There's a lot of potential here, but the hang up or the problem is maybe on both sides, a tendency to not be super confident about revealing emotions or where we stand. So if you approach communication with a willingness to be vulnerable, and so does Sean, then I see things going really well. You're so welcome. All right, let's move on to Rebecca. We gotta know, should I stay or should I leave? Should Rebecca stay? Well, this is quite the complicated response for you, Rebecca, because it feels to me like if I were to tell you that it's time to go, it would still be really difficult to extricate yourself or remove yourself from this situation. What I'm seeing is, this is the strangest way to put it, but I've already started the movie, I might as well finish it. There's something here about, I don't know, maybe there's a lease or a certain time frame that you feel like is bite size or something. So this is basically saying you feel like there's a little bit more that you have to give. There's an obligation that you feel like you have to stay for this amount of time. Do you? Are you sure? What's that dude? I don't remember his name. Are you sure about that? There's new opportunities for you right here, but you're focused on the things that aren't working out. You're looking at what's not going well and wondering, maybe I can fix that. Maybe I can, glue that plate back together even though it fell. There's other opportunities. So the answer is you should go. But you also need to expect that there's going to be guilt or something that makes you feel like even if you decide that you can't, right? So you have to be honest with yourself about whether or not there's really any reason for you to feel this sense of obligation, and that's what frees you and helps you to feel like it really is time to go. Oh, I've got you next. Oh, wait. Beloved Virgo, I've got, will I find my purpose? Do you want me to do the ex-friends question instead? Let's see. We need a different deck. This is the Tarot of the Cat People. Enjoy Little House on the Prairie. All right. So, beloved Virgo, I wrote down, will I find my purpose? I hope I didn't mess that up, but then we also have this game-stopping question. I'm pretty sure I can just do both. Will beloved Virgo find their purpose? Yes. Ooh, and it's the Sun, which talks about enlightenment, so yes, you will. But it's Eight of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles. You're going to find out in the near future. I would say, honestly, this feels to me like within the next 2 months, you'll have more insight. The problem is you're in a situation where you can't really act on the purpose just yet. There are things that have to be dealt with first. So if you're meant to be living in a different place, I've got to save some money. If you're meant to be starting your own business, you got to get some accreditation or, find some people to work with. There are things that you could be doing to prepare, and that should be the focus right now. That don't necessarily have to do with this purpose, but have to do with you feeling like you're in the right place for it, right? What can I do to be ready once I get that direction? It's like, okay, I don't know where I'm going on vacation, but I was told I need to pack a bag. I'm going to do my best, right? Okay, with regards to beloved Virgos, gang stalking, is this ex-friends? Yes. That has never, ever been more obvious a yes answer than the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Yes, it's them. It's exactly who you think it is. This is me being really shocked that there's somebody who wants to gang stalk you who maybe isn't listening to their intuition. High Priestess in the reverse. This person's mad because you can understand and see things and know things about people that they can't. They're jealous of your brain. They're jealous of your intuition. They can't stand that you're smarter than them. Like, what are you hiding? What are you doing? I know it's not really you. I know you're not capable of that. They don't get it because they don't have it. Whatever. They're trying to figure out your recipe thinking they can just like make it like it's fried chicken. Sorry. You ain't this. That's all it is. They can't handle it. They hate you because they ain't you. Hello. How's it going, Jorge? What's up, Johnny? How you doing? Oh, I'm sending you the most healing and happy energy, Rebecca. I believe in you. Okay, so we've got another question from Reinhardt. Do they want to see friends and family? And she needs space. We'll separate that out real quick. Do they want to see Reinhardt, family and friends? Yes, there's a curiosity here. I think there's just a lot happening that you don't know about. There's drama here that you've not heard about. You will, though. It may have to do with a child or children, but as far as her, she needs a little bit of space, but it won't be for too much longer. With the Nine of Swords in the reverse, there's some sort of help or relief that is coming her way that I feel like removes some of the stress and allows for more frivolity or fun with you, right? Hello, Derek. Hello, Skemmy. How's it going? Hello, LaDonna. What's happening? Did I get all the questions? I think I did. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to leave it there. I will be back later. But my candles are dying on me, so probably need to eat some food. Love you all. Have a